Ski racing is an expensive sport, and if your skis aren't in great shape, then your performance level is not going to be maintained. One of the first things that I do when I'm inspecting my skis before I go up to race, or before I start the season, or before I start tuning the skis, is to check for gouges. These gouges may be caused by rocks, ice, sticks, basically anything in the snow. I check for gouges by visually inspecting the ski under proper light, and again, that's where your lighting comes in, plays an important factor, especially in this particular role. Also, you can feel the base, make sure that it feels smooth, or you can feel the structure. By shining the base up to the light, you visually can inspect the base and see all these gouges that may or may not appear. Gouges offer resistance to the snow and cause friction. Friction is a ski racer's biggest enemy on the race hill. The gouges can be easily filled, the smaller ones with PTEX candles. Now PTEX does have a wax material in the PTEX so that it helps it burn. Therefore, it needs to be replaced over a period of time. PTEX oftentimes will erode over a month or 2 months, depending on the snow conditions. If it's really aggressive snow, you may have to use the PTEX candle more often. For larger gouges, a PTEX gun or a PTEX base repair powder may come in handy. Here at ARTECH, we like to use the base repair guns. We find that it heats up the base and it melds 100% base material into the base, and then we go over it either with a steel scraper and a file or Surform, or we take it down and stone grind it smooth. When I'm inspecting the skis, one of the things I also look for is the base structure. I do this at the beginning of every season. I also do it with a new pair of skis. Sometimes your structure will wear out over a period of time. The ski will lose its structure. The base structure sometimes will disappear entirely. Base structure is basically the pattern in the base of the ski that helps separate the moisture from the snow and the base of the ski. When the ski goes over the snow, it creates a film, and this film is increased with the speed and the friction on the snow. By having the structure in the base, this helps the ski break that suction and help the ski move more quickly across the snow. If your base structure is non-existent in the base of the skis, my recommendation is to send your skis off to a ski shop that stone grinds the bases. Pick the appropriate grind based on the conditions of the snow and the temperature of the air. Most ski shops at the professional level will be able to put in various types of stone grinds. The linear structure, which is a structure that runs from the tip of to the tail vertically in straight lines, is generally a good all-around structure for fine-grain snow. A broken linear structure is also a straight linear structure down the base of the ski, but is broken into diagonal patterns. This is probably the most commonly used structure on the race circuit today. Here at ARTECH, we receive skis for stone grinding on a regular basis from UPS and FedEx. We take the skis, we inspect them, we run them through our stone grinder, and after stone grinding, we hot box them to make sure that they're thoroughly saturated. Anytime that you do stone grind, it does dry out the base of the ski, and you do need to wax them immediately. Another thing that I check for when inspecting the skis is to look for oxidized scale. This often happens when skis have not been waxed on a regular basis, or they've been skied on very hard snow in very cold conditions. What happens is the ski will dry out, the bases will turn gray, and you can actually right into the base and see that there will be a discoloration coming through the base. Oxidized scale usually looks gray on the base, and it can be easily be fixed by brushing the bases with a brass or steel brush. If the bases are extremely burned and oxidized, then we highly recommend stone grinding them first. When I'm inspecting my skis, especially after tuning them, I will always run my thumbnail down the edge to check for smoothness. Using the thumbnail to go along the edge is probably the best way to feel any areas that are not smooth. And this is the best way to get a consistent edge. Smooth edges will help the ski glide faster and carve better. Today, probably more than ever, race course preparation is at an all-time high. This results in a lot of salting of the courses, a lot of water injection. The salt plays a huge factor in the corrosion of the edges, the boot buckles, the binding performance. We highly recommend anytime that you're training, especially over the summer, like at Mount Hood or Whistler, where the courses are salted heavily, that you wash the skis down after training, wipe them down following the washing, and this will help the edges from becoming rusty. Rust appears almost on a regular basis. Every time you come off the hill, if you don't wipe your skis down, or if you put your skis together with a wet ski strap, or the bases are wet and the ski strap is then wrapped around it, you'll form rust on the edges. The skis need to be wiped down every time you come off the hill. Rust can be easily removed with gummy stones, diamond files, ceramic stones. I find gummies work the easiest and probably most efficient way of removing the rust. But rust can form over the summer on skis that haven't been waxed or put up for summer storage. Otherwise, they'll rust. Most often, skis that have become pitted have been left alone with rust on them for a prolonged period of time. And the best way and the easiest way to make the edges run fast again is to have them stone ground. You may file them, but you won't get all of the pitted areas out of the edge. For checking the base of the ski for base flatness, I take a true bar and I go in 2-inch increments all the way down the ski, checking to make sure that the base is flat. Should the base not be flat, it could be concave, could be convex, we'll make a notation on the edge with a felt tip pen. And we'll work our way down in 2-inch increments, checking the base. Once we've done this, and we've found areas that need work, whether they're high or low, then we address it either through stone grinding or flat filing. Case hardening is one of the things that I come across a lot in our shop. Many skis that come from the factories run through the stone grinder at such high speeds that as it's fed into the grinder, become case hardened at the shovel and at the tip. And these areas are usually the high points on the base of the ski. So when I'm checking a new pair of skis, I'm always looking for the case hardened or shiny areas, which usually run about 1 inch to 2 inches long at the shovel and at the tail. It can easily be removed by a diamond stone. One other thing, many times when you're skiing and you hit rocks, your ski edge gets heated up to very, very high degrees and cooled immediately by the snow. And this causes case hardening. To remove any case hardening, a diamond file is the best way to attack the problem. We found through our experience that diamond files and carbide files work the best when treating or tuning case hardened edges. Another area of the ski that I check is the heel plate. A heel plate is made of soft aluminum and it can be easily damaged and gouged. This aluminum gets gouged and damaged when you put the ski down on a hard surface such as pavement, stones, rocks, and when it becomes gouged, it's actually going to slow the racer and you create a lot of drag. I typically will file off the corners and take a file and smooth that out and follow it up with sandpaper to make it even smoother yet. Many racers do not take the time or the effort to see where they're putting their skis. Anytime you're putting your skis on dirt, you run the risk of damaging the heel plate. Keep in mind that as the ski is running down the hill, the back side of the bumps are going to come in contact with the heel plate. And if there's drag created by the gouges on the heel plate, then your skis are going to lose milliseconds on your run. So again, I highly recommend placing your skis in the snow, not on hard surfaces, and even if you'd like to put the skis tip first down into the snow, if there's not any snow around, put them down tip first, then that will offer protection to the soft aluminum heel plates.